I'm Barry Tramel, and I've got a solution for Bob Stoops and his kicking problem. Quit kicking field goals.
That might be the only answer. From the Opepco studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenni Carlson. Barry, this has gotten serious. They're having some tryouts, walk-on tryouts. Bob Stoops saying, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on those guys kicking the football. This has gotten really, really bad.
Well, it killed the Sooners last year in 2 or 3 games, unable to kick a field goal longer than 39 yards. And, in modern day football, you got to make a 43-yard field goal. It's not automatic, but it's close to it. And my solution, I'm fairly serious. Just quit trying them. If you don't have somebody that can make them, quit kicking them. Go for it on 4th and 4 from the 27. Go for it on 4th and 8 from the 25. I think your odds are just about as good of making it, and the payoff is much greater. You might get a touchdown instead of the 3 points.
Yeah, well, at worst, you're giving the ball back, basically where you would have given it back anyway. Yeah, right now, a few years ago, we were all joking around when Mike Leach down at Texas Tech saw a kid kicking in a halftime contest and eventually ended up having him be his kicker. I don't think that Bob Stoops would be against having kicking contests throughout the game this year. Bring in the students. Let's see what they can do under pressure. He has a number of guys, but nobody he clearly feels comfortable with. Jimmy Stevens, the guy who started out last year, and you really heard sort of good things trickling out about him, never materialized as that consistent threat. Patrick O'Hara came on at the end of the year, but must be having some similar struggles because he hasn't been named the starter. Really, consistency, that's what you want, Barry. You want somebody who can consistently do it, and right now, clearly that's not happening.
No, Stevens is solid from inside 40 yards. Last year, 7 of 7 inside 40 yards, but he can't kick one long. And O'Hara has been inconsistent. Michael Honeycutt is a walk-on. Bryce Easley is a really ballyhooed kid from Norman. He hasn't been consistent. I'm actually serious. You talked about Mike Leach. Leach should go for it on 4th down. I think in general, football coaches don't go for it on 4th down enough. This gives Stoops a great out. This is a great opportunity for him. Be a pioneer. Forge some new ground. Forget conventional wisdom and quit kicking futile field goals. Go for it. Put the ball in Landry Jones' hands. Put the ball in Ryan Broyles' hands. Put the ball in DeMarco Murray's hands. Much better odds with the ball in those guys' hands than on the feet of one of those kickers.
Well, and you know what you do too if you don't kick those longer field goals is you keep a guy within his comfort range, and then he's going to be making stuff and not remembering all those misses he had from 42, 45, 47 yards. If you keep those guys within a range where they can make it and they're making a bunch, I mean, what if Jimmy Stevens didn't attempt a field goal outside of 40 yards last year? He was perfect inside. What if he never has to attempt one longer than that? Maybe his confidence stays up. Maybe he never gets pulled for Patrick O'Hara. I mean, I love the Patrick O'Hara story, but I think the Sooners would have been grateful to have a guy who was consistent that they didn't have to pull. It's something to stay tuned for. Stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.